5. Okay? So the highest energy level is a 5. So tell me this. Can anybody look at the periodic table and tell me how we can find a shortcut to find highest energy level without having to do all that? What's the correlation on the periodic table to the highest energy level without having to do all that work? Exactly. Okay? The period equals the highest energy level. If you're asked to find the highest energy level, it's the same as the period.
But KR is in period 4.
Look up 10. Find 10. That's in.
Oh, we're not on that one now?
Yes, we're on 10. Okay, so what period is 10 in? 5. So if you want to know the highest energy level that 10 occupies, all you have to do is find the what? The period it's in. So if I say on the test, what's the highest occupied energy level for, I don't know, let's just say cadmium.
What's that? Right.
Okay, CD. Okay. So CD's highest occupied energy level would be 5 because it's in the 5th period. Okay, you could write the configuration if you got desperate because you don't remember the rule. But if you want a shortcut, the period is the highest energy level. Okay? All right, so the next one. What element has a half-filled p sublevel in the 4th period? We just practiced this one in the opening. AS is correct. All right, orbital notation for oxygen we ought to be able to do in a walk at this point. All right, you have 8 electrons, so 1s, 2s, and 2p has 4, so 3 up, and then 1 down. That's oxygen. All right, electron configuration for nickel had what, 28? All right, that's nickel. Dot diagram for GE. And shorthand for osmium will be XE, 6S2, 5D, how many? 6, and 4F14. And ND will be XE, 6S2, 5D1, and 4F3.
All right, it's weird. I think we're getting to have the name.
It's just like your orange one, except it's on white paper.
So it does have the name.
Yes, name of the elements and
What
everything.
was the dot diagram for germanium?
Questions? Anything bothering you about the homework? Most of this is not on the quiz.
How many questions are on the test?
65.
Oh my god.
It's all multiple choice. There are no test corrections though. I realize it's a multiple choice test, but it's not the one this quarter you get corrections on. It's the next one because it's historically the one that's the lowest scoring. All right, let us move on to the quiz. So, who are my people who are doing yesterday's quiz? So I can do that one first because
We have
You have-
to take that one right now, or can we take them?
I don't care. I just want to know who's doing yesterday's quiz. So I don't get it all confused trying to hand it out. So, clean your desk. Let's go. Put your stuff up.
Thank you.
You're my yesterday people. Mine's a yesterday question.
Okay.
Which one you doing?
I'll do here.
Here, right there. Anybody else a yesterday person? Allie, you a yesterday or today?
Today.
Precious, today or yesterday?
I did work yesterday.
We already took yesterday.
Yeah.
James. All right, so it's just Janiyah who's doing yesterday. Sam, you still on today? You on yesterday? You've been out 2-3 days.
Yeah.
You don't need to do any of them. You ain't even got the notes from the day before.
I sure did.
Did you see him?
Yourself out there. You should do
I did
anything.
not read about it.
All right, so my today people Before y'all all say, where's my periodic table?
But we got questions on it too.
You do, because I'm taking paper. People say budget stuff in advance.
So are we
Some of us are buying our own paper.
So are we labeling it and answering the question?
You're just answering the questions. You ain't got to label jack.
Well, we did. I thought we had to label it. I thought that was-
You're answering the same questions. You don't have to label anything.
I thought the whole country.
What?
Oh, cool, they already have the.
Get it back. Y'all are full of issues. Some of y'all got so many issues, you're a full subscription.
What is that supposed to mean? They're literally.
Say what?
I don't care what you just said.
Magazine subscriptions, if you have enough of them, you have issues becomes. Tellurium is number 52. Got it?
Thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else can't find a number or an element, just tell me and I'll give you the number so you can locate it.
Wait, so this one's not open. You said it.
I've already been here Tuesday and Wednesday. Till 4:30. Yesterday I was here at 4:45. My Tuesday appointment got moved to today. Remember, you probably weren't. I don't know if you were here. I answered the phone in the middle of class Tuesday because we moved my appointment from Tuesday afternoon to today after school.
Saw the video.
Yeah. Come close. Just come close. If it's slightly off, it's okay. Yes, now run that.
Thank you, Mr. Warren.
Huh? Yeah. Tellurium on there is 52, plutonium's 94.
If you spell it wrong, where you put it in?
As long as it's not far off. No, it needs to be pretty close though. All it's got right is the first letter. Yeah, it's wrong.
Antimony is S2, right?
Yes, number 51.
$52 is tellurium.
So what now?
$52 is tellurium.
Yes, 52 is tellurium, 94 is plutonium. Yeah. Up, left, right, what?
Okay. What was plutonium from?
94.
They asked me if you like, what's going to put the,
Symbols, yes. I will take symbols or name.
I thought it was 84.
Plutonium's 94. For sure.
Yeah, it is.
84 is, I don't even know, I gotta look. That's polonium.
Yeah.
What is it, Toby?
52.
Is this one, is this one that like we have to memorize or each one?
It's one of the ones. Yep. Hmm. Did you watch the video? Well, then you should watch the piece of it. Why couldn't you? So, yes. That's all I got for you at this point. All right, how we coming? We almost done?
Yes. What's the computer one?
Say what?
What's the computer one?
I don't remember. My memory's terrible. Probably the oxygen family. Sure, write it down.
You can go there, right go.
All right, guys, your papers?
Yes.
Anybody need more time? You still working, Danielle? No? Xavier? Okay. All right, finish papers to the front.
Oh,
Got anybody else back there?
See? She's got hands in a sweater.
All right, so find your notes. We need to finish what we were doing yesterday and add in the part about reactivity. Find your notes. We need to finish what we were doing yesterday and add in the part about reactivity. And then we're really just practicing some stuff.
How are you feeling?
Am I feeling fine?
Yeah.
How was the test yesterday? Did you do good?
The English part was so easy, but got the math. The inactive was like either you knew it or you didn't know how to do it. Right. I got one. And then the active looks pretty. That would be like 7 in a row.
Just because. As soon as you say concepts, also.
Why you got everything?
Why do you have everything?
It's literally the only thing that saved you. Right. Right. If you ask me, I'll be like, okay, every single question right. I really feel like it right. Right, I finished up just good.
Look at the shade.
I
have to run, we just sitting there.
Where do you go?
Wait, before.
Did it matter if they put positive or negative for the oxidation numbers?
Only if it was negative.
Oh.
I mean, if it was positive and you just put a number on it, assume it's positive. But if it's negative and you hit a negative, I'll mark it wrong. All right, if you will, I think most of you can tell that's a periodic table. I've shrunken the transition metals really tiny because we're not talking about the transition metals. So I'll give you a moment to draw that, and then we're going to put some pieces in. Please don't draw it really tiny. It does not need to fill a page. Okay, we're going to put about 4 things on it
So you want to split half the page?
at most.
So that whole thing take up half.
No more than half a page.
Half hot dogs or half hamburgers?
Hamburger's fine.
Hamburgers. I don't know if that was hamburger. I'm just. What is this over? Hamburger style?
If yesterday we talked about outer shell electrons and the relationship between outer shell electrons and oxidation number. We're still working with that and tying it together, and we're gonna put in reactivity.
So this was under the relationship stuff?
Yeah, go with the relationship stuff.
You said, hamburgers?
Yeah, hamburgers.
So this way?
Yes.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
That's what,
I'm just
that's what I
doing
said
it
first.
like
What kind of hamburger y'all eat?
The ones that are to the side.
You know, if somebody outside of a school setting asked, I heard y'all talk about that, they'd be like, what are they talking about?
What, a hot dog and hamburger?
Oh, it's your
Isn't this hamburger though? How? Oh, I mean, I guess we do eat hot dogs. I guess.
Yes,
I
that's
love
good.
a nice.
Are you talking about?
One,
you
two,
ready for the math
three,
test?
four. No.
Oh,
No.
yeah, math is.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And none of us know what we're doing, like when it comes to that time ever.
But it'd be like a.
Precious, are you taking my next semester or are you taking it now?
It's not bad if you pay attention.
I think you'll be in the same class again.
Which math?
They really messed up in math fourth period because
Right, I'm out of it.
Remember last year when we had math for you?
Oh, that was horrible.
it was funny.
I know, like, budget wise,
That's the toughest.
I don't know how we all passed.
I don't know either, but we did the third thing. Did we?
Did y'all have this, right? We did.
Yep. So right now, Valerie.
All right, we got it drawn?
Yes.
Alright. You're too big.
I know.
What you got left, Zyra?
Always talking. We was talking about having a party.
You're on the first rectangle?
She's drawing the squares.
Do you need me to draw your periodic table? For the love of God, man.
Oh, that's.
These are like 8 rectangles.
I don't think you have to draw.
Said that it was a periodic table. It's a beautiful
1, 2,
periodic
3,
table.
4.
This is again not a museum piece.
Oh,
It's
this
just 8
is mine.
rectangles. Come on, Zyra.
She's
No.
drawing the square.
Okay, the one with this one,
Complete
training
square.
medals.
The squares.
What do you mean the squares?
The
Oh,
squares.
no. Oh, I'm not
In
waiting.
math? You better remember the whole.
I don't have that kind of time or patience, baby. All right. So, this is group 1, 2, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So just like yesterday, we're talking main group, which is why the transition metals are shrunk really small. So to tie this together with yesterday, all right, what did we say about groups 1 through 18? We're going to start with the outer shell electrons. We're going to talk about who loses and gains, the oxidation number, and tie that into reactivity. So really, we're just summarizing what we did yesterday to try to tie it together for those people who were a little bit on the fringe and not sure they understood what we were doing. So how many outer shell electrons did we say just a little bit ago when we were doing the opening? Group 1 had 1. How many does group 2 have? And then group 13? Group 14? Group 15? Group 16? Group 17? And group 18. Good. Now, we talked about how elements went about getting an octet or 8 electrons in their outer shell yesterday. Some groups like to lose electrons to get to 8. Some groups like to gain electrons to get to 8. So what did group 1 choose to do in order to get to 8 if it only had 1 electron in the outer shell? It did not. It would lose 1.
Oh, yeah.
What did group 2 do? Lose how many?
2.
Would lose 2 electrons. What did group 13 do? It would lose 3 electrons. What did group 14 do? Could you lose or gain? Okay? Could lose or gain 4 electrons. Now, once we hit the halfway mark, what happened when we got to group 15? Could gain. All right, how many did it have to gain? Would gain 3 electrons. What did group 16 do? Not quite. 6 plus 1 is only 7. It would gain 2 electrons. What happened in group 17? It would gain 1 electron. And in group 18, what happened there when you already have 8? All right, so it would neither lose nor gain. So, one of the things that's interesting about this that I'm going to talk about as we get into bonding is, what do the metals do? Metals do what with their electrons? Metals lose electrons. All right? What do the non-metals do? Non-metals gain electrons. Okay? Metals lose their electrons, non-metals gain. Are you with me on that?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm going to ask these types of questions going forward. Metals lose electrons, non-metals gain. So, who loses and who gains determines our oxidation numbers. So, what is the oxidation number of group 1 if you lose 1 electron? Positive 1 is the oxidation number because you lose 1. What is the oxidation number of group 2 if you lose 2? Positive 2. Now, if you know the oxidation number, but you don't remember if they lose or gain, you can use the oxidation number to go backwards. If your oxidation number is +1, that tells you they do what with their electrons? They lose 1. All right? Group 13 has an oxidation number of what? +3. Group 14 has an oxidation number of what? Plus or minus 4. Group 15 has what? -3 because we have a what right here? Gain. Gain means negative. Group 16 is, I heard it out there, -2. Group 17 is -1. And group 18 will be what? 0. Now, who will be the most reactive groups on the periodic table?
Non-metals except for
Okay, which specific group of non-metals?
the
Why?
because they need to gain on it.
Correct. Okay,
I see you.
these are the most reactive non-metals. Go there for a minute.
What's the oxidation number for transition metals?
They vary. There are 2 that you're supposed to have memorized: zinc and silver. What's zinc?
Silver's +1.
Silver is +1. What's zinc? I heard it. +2. Good. Okay. Now, group 17 is the most reactive nonmetals, and the reason is they are 1 electron away from a magic number of 8. Now, group 17 is the group I affectionately refer to as the hose. They will take an electron from anyone who's willing to give one. Okay? They're not selective. Okay? Not selective at all. Anybody who's willing to give it to them, they're willing to take it from them. So, who is the other group of hose on the periodic table? There's another one. Elijah can't answer. Why would group 1 be the other group of hose?
Because it's 1 minus away from 8 and then.
That's right. Group 1 are the most reactive. They're the most reactive metals. Okay? They are 1 electron away from 8. These are the ones who give their electrons to anyone who will take it. Okay? So they're the other group of hose. They will give it to anybody.
Non-metals will take it from anybody.
The non-metals will take it from anybody, and those are the metals who will give it to anybody.
Okay.
So those 2 groups love to form compounds. So when we talk bonding in a few days, about middle of next week, probably about Thursday, maybe late Wednesday, Thursday. No, it'll probably be Thursday. When I think about how the week's laid out, it'll be about Thursday. We'll talk about group 1 and group 17 loving to form compounds because group 1 wants to give it away, group 17 wants to gain it, And so they form really stable compounds. All right, who would be the next most reactive groups on the periodic table?
14.
16 and who? 2.
Oh.
Okay, 16 and 2 would be the next most reactive. After 16 and 2, it would move inward to 13 and 15. The transition elements are actually pretty stable because of their D block elements. D sublevels makes them pretty stable. Okay? Questions about reactivity? We'll do more with reactivity when we get to studying the periodic table. That is technically the end of the new material for the test. All right, so now we got to practice some application stuff that you're going to see on the test. So let's see what we can do with this. It's going to be Monday.
What are we gonna do tomorrow?
We'll review and then we'll probably start some new stuff. Are we gonna who? Yeah, I have one that has 20 questions
When?
Today?
tomorrow. All right, so if we look at number 44 at the top.
Wait, is this reactivity?
Nope, we're done with that. I got nothing else to say about reactivity unless you have a question.
No, like what we just did with reactivity?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Like give and take between anybody, that was reactivity?
All right, so if we look at the question number 44. Yeah, let's take it. All right, what's the stipulation in the question?
The second period.
There you go, the second period element. So all of the answers in A through G have to come from here. Okay? Inside that green box. So don't pick an answer that's not in a green box. All right, I'm going to give you about 7 minutes to answer as many of those as you can. Some of you may not answer any. Some of you may answer them all. See what you can do. Indicate the second period element that fits those. Then we'll talk about what you came up with. Okay? Don't raise your hand in the first minute. No, I don't understand. Try it. Okay? Try it on your own to see what you can do.
That's not even the right.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's not. What's the question?
Total number of question.
Oh, I think he's right.
Because the atomic number is
Oh, wait, a total number.
the atomic number is
Oh, it's B all the way. It's B. It's all of it. Except that one. B. Yeah, I said B. S has 2 electrons. It can't be. S has 2 electrons.
2 outer shell electrons.
S has
This is
2
a period.
Yeah.
That's
S
not
has
whole
the
letter
S. Yeah.
Yes.
S has 2 electrons.
This one works.
P has.
And there's 2 outer shells.
Right.
So now what you think, and we'll talk about it in a second.
See, I think that they're going to contain a total of 2 electrons in the P sublevel. So that means they have to be over here. So that means
Okay. What is this?
Yeah. So Margo, I like the spellings on number 1. You gave me 3 options. Okay. First one's the closest.
Okay.
Oh wait, maybe I should just look at the
It is B.
Are you sure?
The atomic number is 4.
That's not even what I was saying.
Oh, I did not know you said that at all. I just assumed I said it was focused 2 weeks.
I'm gonna put PD. I don't know. It's right or on the other side.
Height and. What?
Yep.
So if we ever had a question that was like, that was kind of like this question on number 44, but if it was period 6 or 7, will we use both of the periods?
Say what now?
Will we use both of the columns? If we had the same question as 44 on the quiz, and it was like either 6 or 7, since these two are 6 or 7 and the bottom two, we can use both.
You could, but I wouldn't give you that. I like your answer for number 1, Franco.
What?
I said I like your answer for number
Oh
1.
yeah, thank you. I don't remember. Probably oxygen.
It clearly says driving
I thought
oxygen
you-
family.
I asked her the answer and she said, I don't remember. Probably the oxygen.
I mean, the answer rhymes with the answer right next to it. That's how I remember it.
That's good.
I got the
I tried to say this.
Hey, can I tell you my answer for number 1?
Probably you put college grading.
Three dots.
I'm surprised
I will say we have a lot more hundreds on this one than we had on
It's
yesterday.
dots.
I was struggling on
the-
this.
the
I was
element
struggling
of dots.
remembering this stuff yesterday.
Okay.
We're just supposed to do number
Of
44,
course,
right?
my favorite one is number 3 on how many outer shell electrons does antimony have? What was the maximum number of outer shell electrons? I told you guys that. It's 8, but I've had answers of 47, 46.
Okay, that doesn't mean they come with us.
I did it. I told y'all to guess between 1 and 8.
You see now?
Oh, well, you said, you said,
It wasn't eight.
I know, you do that.
I'm just saying to see it.
I was like, oh, they're gonna ask me how to answer too long.
Come on, you can do it. I have faith.
That's called the
We're only
periodic
supposed to
table.
do number
That's good.
That's what
You
I
got something.
3 outer shell electrons.
So it's B.
Yes.
All right, coming up on 7 minutes. How many have we done?
For one question, letter
Just
A,
for
B.
44.
For
I've done one.
Yeah, I do.
6 electrons. Oxygen.
Yeah, no, I wasn't letting you loose on the bottom until we at least tried the top.
Yeah,
and went over it.
As a man, as a businessman. That's insane.
Alrighty then.
No.
No,
Not even the
Sacapuntas.
quiz?
No, we're taking it today. Supposedly.
Yes, he was like, he was like, Sacapuntas.
All right, so, can we take a look at what you came up with?
That's what she said.
You have something, don't tell me nothing. All right, so question A, it said a total of 4 electrons. What does total mean to you if you see it on the test?
Proton.
Okay,
Number.
total should be atomic number. That's good, Franco. Okay? You might not have known the answer to number 1, but that's a good answer. All right, total electrons means atomic number. So when you read the question and it says total electrons, you're looking for atomic number. So which element has a total of 4 electrons in the second period? BE would be the answer. Okay? Now, look at the way B is worded compared to A. What are they asking for in B based on the wording?
Outer shell.
Okay, it says 5 electrons in the highest main energy level. All right, Franco said outer shell. Do you agree or disagree? You should. It's outer shell. Okay?
Is it N-E?
All right, the only issue I have with that is, all right, if we're going to go outer shell, it said 5 in the outer shell, right?
Yeah.
So this is 1 electron, 2 electrons, 3 electrons, 5. Oops, I can't count. I've lost mine. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if we go with NE, does in the column that says 5? No. So which column in the second period has the 5? Nitrogen. Okay? This is why we're practicing, because you will see stuff like this on the test. Okay? And C contains a total of 2 electrons in P. So, P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, and P6. And it never changes. That's the way P always works. So who has 2 in the P? Carbon. Does everybody feel okay about that one? Now that I did it. All right. Contains 3 half-filled. We did this one in the opening. So we should feel okay about this one. Who has 3 that are half-filled? What's full? Elena, what's full for P? In the P sublevel, what's full? How many can P hold? 6. So it's half full. So which one up there has 3?
Not H.
H isn't even on the row. N.
It looks like an H. Right?
And N is the right
It looks
answer.
like an H up there.
Oh, okay.
So even if it says 3 half filled, it still means when you look at half.
Half.
Because I was thinking that it would mean like 3 of the
What is it?
things called elements.
Wait, then you say if you.
So you're like starting over here and counting 3 elements?
No, I thought that I thought it meant like 3 half-filled elements.
Like in the.
That's what it is.
In the opening-
So you start here and you count over 3. 1, 2, 3.
In the opening, it was like which one is like the half filled P orbital. It never said 3. So I think seeing 3 is what got solved because it's different.
Yeah, because it made it in half of the 3 elements. Which is like 1.5, and I was just like, no. But I see what, I know. Where they're talking about, but-
I don't get where it's confusing you.
You say if you.
That's
We
because
confuse
three
ourselves.
halves
It says in the
filled.
question, it says 3. It says the number 3 in the question.
But in the warm-up, it said like half of the P or something like that, but it didn't mention like a
So it's
number.
gonna say that they're wrong.
Yeah.
3 half.
It
Okay.
don't matter, let's move on to the next
We're
one.
confusing this wall right now.
You are. Okay, so the next one says it has 3 dots. What do dots mean?
Inner, outer.
Okay, so the outer shell electrons are already here. So which one would have 3 dots? B. Are we okay with B? Because there's 3 electrons, so it would have 3 dots?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's good. We had 1. The next one should be just as good.
Oh, yeah.
Which one has 6 dots?
No, sorry.
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
Very
Oxygen.
Oxygen?
Right.
No, I don't care.
Okay. All right. I hope the next one's okay too. What does it mean to say it has a filled main energy level?
Wait, what?
Has a filled main energy level means you have how many?
All of them.
All of it. So what's all of it mean?
8?
8. Okay, filled means 8. So who has 8? And
Okay.
8. Okay, filled means 8. Okay, so filled equals 8 for anybody who doesn't know that.
For all of them?
For all of them.
All of them.
Any of them that say filled means 8.
But.
Filled is the same as saying like octet. O-C-T-E-T. Filled, octet means the same.
So it doesn't matter the sub-level, because it's always gonna be P.
Filled is always going to be P. It's always going to be the octet. It's going to be the noble gas. Okay? You with me? Okay. Now, 45. We're going to try that one. I'm going to give you a little longer. This is how 45 changes. It's the entire periodic table. It's not limited to the second period. 45 is the whole table. Now, I need to give you a correction on 45. Look at C. See how C says the number of occupied energy levels is, and I didn't give you an element, at the end right of chlorine. Okay? Right of chlorine. In 45. C. C like cat. Okay, the rest of them are correct. Do as many of them as you can before I stop you. Put your quiz grades in. Okay, great.
See.
That's on 2.
I read it.
You did that, was that right?
I do it when I get nervous.
6.
6.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
He just, he was
Never mind. I
good.
just love
So,
The electron dot is equal for AL consists of electron dots. Where is it? 3 dots.
I keep feeling that.
You gotta write out the, I mean, you don't have to.
Would it be 7?
First one.
Not big.
Wait, what did y'all? Would C?
That's some secret there.
Oh, I see.
You gotta write out your formula and then see how many pairs you be so.
Let's skip secret.
Oh, that's fine. I was looking at Justin. I'm like, this girl got all these covers in her bed. I'm looking around in my bed. I'm like, dang, this is sad.
Elias, this is Mark.
Where is that?
Well, that's how many occupied, how many pairs.
You don't have at least how many?
You do?
Yes.
I thought you, I mean, well, what if I had like 16 and then 1 arrow like so?
17?
That's 16.
What?
For outer energy level electron, does it just mean outer shell?
I thought I meant the 2 electrons.
Which one are we looking at?
I'm looking at
G.
G, the outer energy level. No, not electrons. The like shorthand and what's left after shorthand.
Oh,
This one,
that's dumb.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
but when it says occupied, does that mean like there's 2 electrons and like how many things or how many electrons overall?
Where are we at?
C.
See the number of occupied energy levels, like how many energy levels, like are there 3 energy levels, there are 2 energy levels, there are 4 energy levels?
Oh,
That's what it's looking for.
so
So if you can do it in shorthand or you can do it in longhand, but they want to know how many actual energy levels,
So what that's
like
Oh, like
how many
how many, like-
coefficients.
coefficient.
We don't add the coefficients, we just.
Yeah, just how many are there?
I can do that.
Like if you write it in shorthand, what's the biggest coefficient? That'll tell you how many energy levels are on.
Oh,
The biggest coefficient will tell you the energy levels.
Oh. Is it 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
is it?
C. Electron.
Right, why is it? Oh, because you look at the period though.
Correct. That's the shortest way to do it.
D, you got 3 too?
Yes.
Third period.
Wait, how did y'all get there?
Because that's how many outer shell, outer shell electrons there are.
A full third energy
Would it be
level.
AR?
Yeah.
That's the time frame.
When it says the outer electron, the outer energy level electron configuration, is it actually the right?
It's asking for what's left after shorthand. After you do the brackets,
The
it's what's left after that.
Just write down what's after the short, after the brackets.
Yep, just write down what's left after the bracket.
All of the numbers?
Yeah, like everything after that,
Okay.
yes.
I mean, it's not much.
I know it's not
I
much.
haven't done it.
That's why,
That's all
What's
right.
MG's number?
huh?
I'll tell her.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's not much.
Why don't
What's
I have-
MG's number? Oh,
Is it there's one or there's two?
Huh?
Two. Huh? Right.
So let's see.
3 is 2. It's in the third.
Yeah, because you have any brackets and then 3S2,
Okay.
so it's just 3S2.
The fourth. 8.
You open the location. What's after 2P?
3S,
And then after that is 4P?
where are we at? 3S,
Yeah.
3P,
3P, yeah. What group of locations for that? This is one compared. Oh, okay.
Two.
It's after 3P for us.
Yeah, but that's in there.
Over the for
Oh, you don't know. Wait, for S?
the element that contains a single 4s electron is. Chlorine. Because this is a single 4s electron, it would be the 17. The atomic number would be 17.
Two.
Two.
I.
Okay.
All right, how far have we got? Eye on the back.
Maybe it'd be.
B.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I haven't.
That's on screen.
I'm just going like out of order because
Out of order because you don't know how to do them and
You
you're
said
stuck.
I was
Yes.
that.
so I'll keep going and then I'll go back to the ones I don't know.
Zyra, how far have you got? You're on what? L? What are you on, Alex?
And I'm on 45.
Okay.
And I'm struggling to swallow.
That's okay. That's why I'm asking. So we can go over some of them before the bell rings. 'Cause I got about 10 minutes to the bell.
Is this for homework?
13's going to be.
Number, oh.
All right. So if we look at, where to put my paper? All right. So if we look at A. All right. So how many electrons could be in the s orbital? Everybody knows it can only have 2. Okay. So a full main energy level, second main energy level. Second energy level could have how many sublevels? I said sublevels. 2. What are their names? S and P. So how many electrons could go in S? 2. How many could go in P? So 2 plus 6 is 8. That's how we get the 8 for those people who yelled the 8. Or you can use what formula? 2n squared. Either way will solve. Now, if you want a different way, for those people who are like, I still can't do that, can't recognize it, it's killing me, Miss Wall. All right, here's another way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Find your 2's on the periodic table.
That one. Yup.
Add up your elements. 2, 6 is what? There you go. C, what's the number of occupied energy levels in chlorine?
3.
Okay? Chlorine has 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. How many energy levels are occupied? What's the highest energy level there?
3.
That's the number of occupied energy levels. You've got the first energy level, the second energy level, and the third energy level. You just need the highest because if there's some in the highest, there's some in the lower ones too. So 3 is the highest energy level occupied. Now, what did I tell you the shortcut was at the start of class when we did the opening? The period. Find the period. Chlorine's in the third period. It's the highest occupied energy level. All right. And D, the electron dot symbol for aluminum would have how many dots? 3, because there's 3 outer shell electrons. The third period element that has an octet? AR. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There's your third period. So it's AR. All right. The number of electrons of the dot symbol for, huh?
Can we have a test?
Yeah. All right. The number of electrons in the dot symbol for sulfur is how many? 6. All right. The outer configuration for magnesium is shorthand if we do that. Okay. So neon is here. So Ne. And what'd you say, Franco?
3s2.
3. And then S block. And then 1, 2. So this is inner shell. So it's just 3s2. All right. The full third energy level would have how many electrons? A full third.
18.
18. You'd add up the sublevels. Or you could use 2n squared. So how many sublevels are there if n equals 3? How many sublevels if n equals 3? Third energy levels, N equals 3. So how many sublevels? 3. What are their names?
SPD,
How many electrons in S?
2,
In P?
6,
And in D?
10,
Add them up.
18.
Or look at your 3s. Here's a 3. Here's a 3. Here's a 3. Add them up. Okay? The orbital notation of sulfur contains how many unpaired p electrons?
2.
Okay? I'm going to do shorthand because, I'm lazy that way. Ne, 3s2, 3p4. Where's the only place you would find unpaired electrons? In the last one. That's full. That's full, right? So the only place we need to look at is the 3p. How many lines go above a p? And these 4. How do we put these 4 on the line?
One in each and then double.
Okay. So how many are unpaired?
2.
Those 2 are unpaired. Okay? So, all right, where are we at? We're down to number J. In the letter J. In the elements B, E, C, F, P, and AR, which one has 5 dots? Okay, 5 dots has to be the 5 electrons. So which one is right there? And y'all said P, and that's right. All right, K. Which sublevel cannot exist out of those choices? 2D is right. And one of the things you can do if you can't figure it out, look on the periodic table and see which one's not there. Okay, do you see 1s on the periodic table? Yes. Do you see 2p on the periodic table? Okay. Do you see 3p? Do you see 2d? That's the one that don't exist. You got 3d. There's no 2d. 2d's not there. At least I got some bulbs going off. I'll be thankful we got that today. All right. So which element has a single 4s electron? All right. So we got 4s right here, right? That's 4s1, 4s2. So who's the single 4s? The 4s1, so that would be K.
What did you say? Caleb, what did you say?
I said lithium.
Oh.
After we went over the 2 choices.
I thought I could see if I had 12. I don't know.
Okay. The number of inner shell and electrons of phosphorus.
10.
Yes.
Wait, how'd you get 10?
The atomic number is 15. Minus 5 is 10. Or you can,
Phosphorus, I'm tripping. Oh, I thought it was 14. Okay. I did
or you can write that and add.
I don't care. That's about my lithium.
Okay, mom's a little better because it wasn't 14.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think her mistake was a little worse. All right, the number of electron containing orbitals in fluorine. All right, this one wants orbitals. So this time you actually have to draw it and count the what. The orbitals are the what.
The line.
They're the actual lines. So you have to count the lines. Okay? So fluorine has, all right, 1s, 2s.
Oh, it's an atom of F. I thought.
So how many actual orbitals contain electrons? 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So anytime it asks for orbitals, orbitals are the lines. Okay, that's the catch in that question.
And if they're paired, it's different.
Yes, now if they said paired, you'd had 4. All right, and the number of unpaired electrons in arsenic is 3 since we're getting close to the end of class. You draw these and you'd look for the ones that only have 1, and there'd be 3. Now, number 13 is your homework. Okay, 13 is the homework. Yes. Now,
Wait,
I'm also gonna give you,
wait, Ms.
Yeah.
Paul, wait, which one of the
Don't say it for Mark.
homework
Give it to
is-
me.
y'all have way too many questions.
Wait.
And then you can back.
No, we don't have to do the other.
No, you're gonna do it in class tomorrow, do it.
So we're doing number 13 homework.
You're doing 13 and the back side of last night's homework. Last night's homework, I didn't ask you to do because you didn't know reactivity last night. It's 10 questions, it's got a picture of a periodic table, and it's got like acre or something, and the answers can only be used one time, okay? Some of you are gonna think it's hard, some of you are gonna think it's really easy. All right, but see if you can figure out where those letters go on that puzzle. Did everybody get last night's homework? Yes? Okay, so the back side of it, and number 13 is your homework. And remember, I will not be here today. I have that appointment